Palominos. Welcome to the PAC-Cast. I'm your host, Isaiah Flores. Our podcast will cover the latest events happening at Palo Alto College, highlighting student perspectives and inviting special guests that are part of the PAC family. On today's show, we have Brianna Silva, visual content creator with our marketing and communications team at PAC. She'll be sharing the behind the scenes of what it takes to represent PAC on social media. Brianna, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm also joined by two of our PAC student team members. How are you guys doing? How are we all doing today?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. My name's Kayla Muskies.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name's Alexa, and I'm doing pretty good.
Great. And I'm Isaiah Flores, of course. This is our guest, Brianna Silva. Did you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Hello, thank you for inviting me to the PAC-Cast. Very excited to be here. Thank you.
Great. The biggest thing I wanted to ask everyone today is, in an age of constant media consumption, how do you make sure that what you make is worthwhile? How do you handle the pressure of everyone watching, of the world being your stage, essentially? Because we can post once, and that can be shared infinite amount of times outside of our own community and the people we know. So did you want to start, Kayla, with how that's like for you in even your own personal life?
So recently, I had the horticulture department reach out to me. Shout out to Eric. He's one of the lab techs that works in the greenhouse here at Palo Alto College. And I was asked to share a plant sale that they're having to raise money so students can go to a conference. And so I didn't realize how much reach I had until I posted that post about the plants being sold every Friday this month. And I've just had constantly people coming up to me, messaging me, and even other platforms picking up the posts to share on their social medias as well. So it was actually really cool to be a part of that because I'm not a part of the horticulture department, but they knew who to come to help them get that news out. So it's a real feel-good type of moment for me.
That's great. And did you want to go next?
Sure. So for me, I've never had to do anything like this before. This is totally new for me, especially being here right now. But I feel like really when you're trying to post content, it's really about how you feel about it and what's important to you. Because if you're passionate about what you want to do and you put it out there for like hundreds, thousands, millions of people you want that are going to be watching, basically, they're all going to see how you feel about it. And you're going to be able to influence those people depending on how you feel and what you think it's important to yourself. And that way they'll also be like, okay, that's important to her. I should pay attention to that because she likes it. Maybe I should try it. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
And especially you having an actual position with our social media department, I'm sure that's a bit more responsibility, right?
Yes, it is, I would say. So being a visual content creator here at Palo Alto College, our main focus is really our students, the PAC students, but also our community as well. We have a big community here on the south side, and we do host events for students, for faculty, for staff, and community. And so really just finding, making sure that our PAC family knows what's going on at PAC, whether it's an event that already passed and we want to recap with photos or videos, or maybe if there's an event coming up and it's for everybody, we want to put that out there because, of course, we want to welcome everybody here. So.
That's great. And that kind of led into my next question, which I was going to ask you to introduce yourself. So what exactly do you do at PAC and what is your title?
Yes, so here at PAC, I'm the visual content creator, and I'm with the marketing and communication team here, and we work under the president's office. And so really my role is to, get the word out of what's happening here at PAC, whether that's through social media. So we do cover, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then also aside from doing social media, I cover events through photos or videography. Sometimes we do commercials for YouTube, or even for, we had a commercial for our Made For You campaign, which is a Alamo College district-wide campaign that every marketing team does, and our video came out at the movie theaters over here in City Base. So that was pretty nice. We got to highlight one of our students. But yeah, so that's my role as a visual content creator here. It's getting the word out about PAC. So
Nice. On top of all of the questions we wanted to ask you, because what you do is very interesting and very important, I was going to ask you what you're responsible for, but you did answer that. So I guess what I will ask is, what is the biggest responsibility, not so much a box you check, but more like, what do you carry with you? Like, I want to make sure people smile today. Like something like that. What do you kind of carry with you? What motivates you through that?
I guess what motivates me is the students here. So I went to San Antonio College. I was a student there. And so getting to know what's happening at the time when I was at SAC, getting to know what's happening on campus was so important for me because there's a lot of things going on. And I think it's important for every student to know what's going on, whether it's an event with free food, if you're a student, get your free food, but also if it's an event about scholarships is a key role to everybody. Or maybe it's an event about maybe there's a big counseling event happening, and it's just being able to be there for the students and putting it out on social media because I want students to know what's happening. So I think that's what gets me going.
That's great. For you guys, what's one event that y'all saw on Instagram and you're like, I need to go to that?
I think mine was the eclipse. I kind of just dropped everything and went outside. I think everybody did that day, to be honest with you, which we covered something really special that day too. Your mom or your parents made shirts and that was really cool. And we kind of just had a group of PAC student media out in the courtyard that was just watching. But I think it was things like that, something that the STEM Center also had tables out there to give away free glasses. You remember?
I think it was still cool though, because it got dark, right? It still got...
Yes, it got super dark. I remember I was at my house that day. Dude, I got scared. I was I forgot that it was happening because I don't know. I didn't have school that day. So I was just at home doing whatever. And I'm with my dogs and stuff, and all of a sudden it just gets dark. I was like, what is going on? So I ran outside. As soon as I was like, oh my god, the eclipse. I ran, and I caught it. I actually got a good picture of it too.
Really nice.
Did you have the glasses too?
No, I kind of forgot about that. I just looked up and was like, ooh.
Yeah, well, the STEM Center had a presence there. Wait, you weren't at school for that though, right?
No, I wasn't.
That's cool. Did you guys go to PAC-Fest?
That's where I introduced you guys to her.
You started very recent, this year, right?
So it was funny when I joined, my boss, which is Kayla, she was like, I'm sorry to put this on you, but we need a video that's need to be done within less than a week. But you need to find the videos because we don't know where they're at. But I mean, they had them stored, but I just had to go through all the hard drives. But it was for the PAC-Fest medal unveil, and it was an event that we were hosting at the Student Center in the annex part. And so, so I got to, do a quick video for them. And then just kind of everything was PAC-Fest, and then there's a lot of events going on, and Eclipse was one big one. Nice. So, it was really fun. Yeah.
And Kayla, I think you did have a question about the messages about hoping, something about communication.
So, this is a question for you, Brianna. What is your biggest goal to communicate across social media platforms for PAC? I know you want the community to know about events and you want students to be involved, but what is a big goal for you to make sure that we communicate on our social medias about Palo Alto?
For one,
what does Kayla say? Okay, we got to make sure we're doing these.
We do a lot of events here, and we want to be sure that our students are going, and also if there are events open in our community, we want to make sure they go. And we're on the south side, we're across from Temusa, so they do a lot of stuff, and we just want to make sure that everyone knows that we're here for them, and Temusa's the same way. They want to make sure everyone else knows that they're there for them. But just to be able to, let students know that we're one big family. And I like to, when it comes to social media, the most love we get are of students. So that's the most likes and engagements we get. And so I love to put students out there, and I'll walk around campus, and I'll be like, can I get a photo of you for social media? And I like to get to know the students. I like to ask them, what's your major? What are you studying? And just get to know our students, and I think it's a key role. And there is something that the person before me had started called People with PAC, and so I'm slowly getting into it. It's kind of a hashtag People with PAC, and it's where we kind of interview a student, get a quick question, get to know them, and then we get a photo of them and we put it out because we want to know who our students are. We also want to know who our faculty and staff are. So they're key role people to PAC, and yeah.
That's great. Do you ever have someone who doesn't want to be on camera?
Yes, I do have a few, and they're kind of camera shy. There's some people out there that are like, oh, I didn't do my makeup, I didn't do my hair. Totally understand, but of course I want to make sure they're okay with it, so I'll ask. So, yeah.
At the same time, though, like, get over yourself. Like, it's for the fun of it. Like, I like what you do, though, because it's a community college, and I think a lot of people look over schools like this. So the fact that you're kind of getting these very personable snapshots of our lives, like, that's so cool. I think I saw when you were in the Rio Grande building, someone was shopping at the records.
Oh,
you took a picture of them. That was sweet.
Yeah.
And what are some of the strategies that you've seen be most effective in social media? And at the same time, how do you keep the humanity in that? Because these are people's lives and you want it to do good on social media, but how do you keep it genuine while also like hitting those deadlines? Like, how do you have that balance, I guess, of keeping it real and also making sure it's going to be successful?
Okay, so for that, when it comes to the strategy behind visual content creation, I would say you need to find your niche and your love. So here, being a visual content creator at PAC, the niche and love is our students, our community, what PAC does every day and what we provide and offer. And so being able to know when events are happening, Alamo Experience is where I find some events, and then we do get tickets submitted to the Marcom team letting us know, hey, this event coming up, can you put it out on social? Or could you come out and get photos of it? And so being able to know what to put out there, and then that kind of goes into having a whole calendar. So I have a calendar. It's already filled up all the way to December. And some of them are events. Some are ideas I have for, content creation, some creative videos I want to put out, or maybe people will PAC post or student shots. And just being able to, be able to get out of bed and love what you do. I love what I do. And then
Sweet.
Having a set, organized calendar, of course. I think everyone needs a calendar, whether you're a student or a professor or you're me. But yeah, just those are the best strategies I think that goes into it, and just setting up your goals and knowing what you want to do and what you think other people should know.
Would you say having a content calendar would be some advice that you would give to students who are inquiring about social media fields or content creation of any type? Just making your own content calendar, no matter what you're doing, just having those months ahead in front of you.
Yeah, so that's important, having the calendar, but also the niche and love. Everyone has their own niche, their own love. So if you want to, I know that's the question you're going to ask about advice I would give.
Yeah.
So can I go to it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So I guess the advice I would give is that, finding your niche and love. So, if you love coffee and you like going to coffee shop, that's like a niche of love. If you like reading books and you like to, give a review, that's a niche of love. So I think just knowing what you want to put out there, and then also having the calendar so okay, Monday I should do, a book haul, and then describe what books you got, why you got it, and why you're looking into it. And then whenever you finish a book, you could have that on your calendar and give a review. It's just like having like a plan for it, a love for it, knowing your goals and where you want to be later on. So yeah.
That's great.
How much time do you spend editing?
Ooh. So if it's video, so if I'm doing video coverage of an event, it could take, depending on how long, 3 days, maybe up to 3 days. Sometimes a day if I'm just full in contact with the video, but usually I have a bunch of stuff to do throughout my workday. So, but up to 3, sometimes 5 days, just depending. And then photos are pretty easy to edit, I think. I could get maybe 300 photos of an event done within 30 minutes. Wow. So, yeah.
Does this impact your personal life at all? Like, if there's Christmas, do people look to you for the photos and for the documentation of that Christmas?
So, are you meaning for social, like when?
Oh, I mean in your own life. Like, do people go to you for edits?
And... So, before coming to PAC, I did photography on the side, portraits, sporting events. I did a lot of freelance. And so I do have my family members like, do you think you could bring your camera to the birthday party? And I'm like, I guess. I also want to be there, but I guess I'll take photos. But yeah, so I do get, family that asks me for that.
That's great.
Which is totally fine.
And when you got this job, were they like, that's your calling? Like, is it something you wanted to do your whole life, or?
Yes, so I guess when I first fell in love with photography, videography, social was in high school, so 2012, and I was in the journalism class, and then after high school I went to SAC, continued with journalism. After my 2 years at SAC, I went to Texas State, continued it, but kind of went into marketing and journalism. And then I made my way to Chick-fil-A as a marketing director. Wow. And then I was there before I came here. And this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to find my way back to an Alamo College because, I went to SAC. I really loved there as a student. And I just knew every college, it was their own, but they like their own family, like PAC family. And so I just love what we have to offer for students, for community. What they offer for us faculty and staff is it's amazing, I think. And so, yeah, it was a calling. I love covering events, love videography, love social. So
it's great.
It was a calling, I guess.
And in closing, how can someone know if this is a career for them?
Just get out there and try it, experience it. It's fun being a visual content creator because you kind of, I'm doing it for PAC, so I'm putting the words out for PAC, letting people know. But if you're doing it on your own, like, it's your content. You're putting what you want to say to everybody, and, it's either your love, your niche. So just go out there and do it. So.
And a good way to test that out is to come check out PAC Student Media.
Check them out.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. All right, well, thank you, Brianna, for your insight on your career, the things you do, and your passion for the school in general. As always, guys, you can catch us at PAC Student Media on Spotify and YouTube. And as always, stay PAC proud.
Thank you for watching.